Hey guys, it's Eli from Nintendo Network 64, here to review Nano Assault Neo for the Wii U. To start off, Nano Assault Neo looks like a pretty standard twin-stick shooter on the outside. One of the analog sticks is used to move the player's ship around, while the other analog stick is used to aim in the direction in which to fire. On the outside, it would seem like the game shouldn't even be given a second thought, especially for someone who's experienced in the twin-stick genre. I'm arguing otherwise. Nano Assault Neo is an incredibly fun game to play, and is a must-buy for all early Wii U adopters. The thing that immediately stands out about Nano Assault Neo is its visuals. The game easily looks better than pretty much every single PS3 and 360 game. This game just excites me so much about the Wii U's promising graphical future, since this is only the start of what the console is capable of. Each level takes place on a nanometer environment. For those who aren't familiar with the term, it just means the game takes place on a cellular level. The player is dropped off on a cell and is forced to combat all threats, including viruses and bacteria, that are posed to the cell. This is executed beautifully, as each stage takes place on a 3D plane. The cells are animated very well, traversing the surface of a cell. Feels just like walking across a planet in Super Mario Galaxy. This is very interesting, considering this is uncharted territory for most twin-stick shooters. There's only one problem with the visuals though, the sun. I usually think that my television is relatively dark when I play games, but apparently this is not so. The sun in the background of Nano Assault Neo is incredibly bright, so much so that at some angles it was bothersome and forced me to look away from the screen. This is incredibly annoying considering a few times I took hits when trying to avoid the sun. Aside from that one issue, the game is fun the rest of the time. The levels provide a very nice challenge that is often lacking from games nowadays. If you think that games aren't hard enough anymore, look no farther than Nano Assault Neo. The game also does a great job varying gameplay. Each stage offers up a variety of new enemies and layouts for players to travel across. Furthermore, there are a plethora of items that can be bought and found throughout the levels that will help players in their endeavors. Each level is its own experience, and the game never gets boring. Unfortunately, where the game was successful in all other aspects, it's lacking in length. There are 4 main levels plus 1 bonus level. Each level contains 4 stages, one of which is a boss stage. This makes 20 stages altogether. Although it may take longer due to difficulty, most of the game can be seen within 3 hours. The game relies on the player's willingness to replay levels for a higher score. Fortunately, there's an arcade mode where players can directly skip to stages to beat them again. There's also a leaderboard present, so there is incentive to try to do better. Not only that, but a second player can jump in on a Wii controller to help out, extending the gameplay a bit more. As a last resort, there are a few challenges, aka achievements, included, so players can try to complete those. Overall, for those players willing, there's a lot of content for them to enjoy. For those seeking just a straight run through the game, there may not be enough content. In conclusion, Nano Assault Neo should not only be bought by those who are fans of the twin-stick genre, but by all early adopters of the Wii U looking for a good game to play. The game is relatively cheap compared to most of the other games on the console, and for those who are willing to go in deep with the game, there's a lot of content to be found. It's also great that the game looks so stunning. For all those looking for a good cheap Wii U game to play, make a visit to the eShop today. Nintendo Network 64 gives this game an 8.7 out of 10. Please don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and stay tuned to Nintendo Network 64 for all the latest news, reviews, and Let's Plays for all the newest Nintendo titles.